The Deadbug is a phenomenal exercise for improving core stability and general kinesthetic awareness. So it's really a great bang for your buck drill. But there's a number of issues that I see a lot of athletes and clients and even coaches making that aren't being addressed. So in this video I'm going to bring up 2 of these common issues and teach you how to fix them. So the first issue that we're going to see with the Deadbug is essentially going into drastic lumbar hyperextension, okay? So when we're on the floor, and I'm going to show you in 1 second, instead of maintaining a neutral spine position, we're actually getting into lumbar hyperextension and our chest is coming up. So what it'll look like on the floor is in the Deadbug position with our hips at 90, knees at 90, and arms over our head. If we drop the right leg and the left arm, and we're in the right position, what you're going to see is my lower back is completely flat against the floor. You're actually, if you tried to shove your hand underneath my back, you would not be able to get through because my lower back is flat and pushing against the floor. But what is wrong here is if in this position, my lower back comes up off the floor like that and I get an arch through my chest and I'm into this lumbar hyperextension. So essentially, what that does is it negates all of the benefits of the movement, specifically the core stability benefits. Because when we go into lumbar hyperextension, we're stretching out, we're elongating our abs, and we're not letting them resist this movement. So the abs function to resist movement, not necessarily create it, okay? So instead of letting the abs come here, we want to use them to force them to maintain this optimal torso position. And when you force your client or your athlete to go from here to here and force their lower back flat against the floor, they will feel their abs light up like a Christmas tree. So really important to maintain that neutral spine position and really a nice flat spine, flat against the floor as hard as you can. If they keep coming up off the floor, number 1, try to put your hand underneath them and tell them to press their lower back as hard as they can flat into your hand. That feedback might be enough. If it's too difficult for them, then the variation might be too hard and you want to regress them to the point where they aren't doing a Deadbug, maybe they're just doing leg lowers so they can still maintain that good position. The second major issue that I'll see with the Deadbug is here. When we come to this position, let's say I drop my right leg and my left arm, and I want this knee to stay directly above my hip. But a lot of the time, people are going to compensate, and they'll come here, and as they come down, this knee will come back towards their face. So they still might have their lower back flat against the floor, which is great, but when they bring their knee back, it makes it a lot easier, and it essentially takes a huge amount of stress off of the abs. So when you come, if you see a client or an athlete doing this, you want to come and push their knee back and tell them, do not let your knees cross the line of your hip, and at first keep your hand there and don't let them bring it back because they'll always want to. So in this position, drop that leg and keep it in that position, and their first compensation is probably going to be going in that lumbar hyperextension. So again, reinforce the lower back flat against the floor, don't let the knee come back towards the face, and you're going to be getting the most bang for your buck out of the Deadbug. So those are the 2 most common issues that I see. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below.